Hello friends and colleagues. The last day of the 2025 NAB Show has begun, and briefly has more news for you. Telescript is presenting some very interesting solutions.
Hello Michael, good to see you again. Welcome at the Telescript booth. I want to show you some stuff including in our NDI. As you know, there's a lot of transformation going on. Everybody would like to go over Ethernet. And what we have done with our monitors, besides accepting the SDI and HDMI feed, we can also accept an NDI feed nowadays. It makes it more flexible. If you look at the control over here, for example, you can easily switch all the different feeds to a certain output monitor. So all the monitors which we connected here are all connected over a network with NDI, meaning that you don't have to do any physically rerouting the cabling. So you can all do it from your laptop or behind your computer. If you walk with me, we also have the area over here, because nowadays the prompting business is not only about prompting on a tripod, remote studios, and there we come in with the AutoPod with Philips Broadcast, where we actually automated the prompter with a pancake, which is a pen rotator, and behind here is the camera. It's a PTC camera. In most cases, when you're rotating the PTC camera, you will see the glass or the side, something like that, and that's why we made it rotatable, so you can still control the zoom focus, the tilt and everything, but you also just can control the pen unit without seeing that. The Ultra is one of our new products, meaning we have integrated it with a tripod, so you can easily take it up, packs down nice and easily into a flight case, and it's ready to set up like in 10 minutes, for example. If we walk over here, we have various ways of controlling our system. So we have our own control box with the foot pedals, where we can control the system with the foot, for example. And everything over here is also over IP, so everything is connected to a network. But we also have, for example, Companion with a Stream Deck, where we can also control our system, and even that system as well. And then we have also our PTC Link, which can control all the different type of protocols, whether it's Canon, whether it's Sony, whether it's Panasonic, and you'll be able to just control the system from a remote distance. So the reason why we designed this, in a lot of studios nowadays, they don't want to have any people around there, because especially in the smaller studios, and you have a talent, for example, just sitting behind a desk, so you want to have it lower, and you have another talent presenting the weather of the sports news, and that is standing. So then from a remote angle, we can just change it. Also with our presets, say, okay, let's go to there, and make the whole workflow a little bit easier for everybody.
Very small company, just starting.
Zhiyun-Tech has unveiled an exciting new product at this show. Let's take a closer look.
Hey, welcome to Zhiyun booth. My name is Safe Park. I want to show you this new product, or a future product that's coming out a little bit later in April. This is the new X100, but it's an RGB version because Cam Mackey collaborated with us. And it's essentially an X100 with RGB, but what's cool is that they have new attachments. This is something I've been asking for a long time. Now we have barn doors, but not only just barn doors, but magnetic modular barn doors that can come right off. You don't need it, but also very, very compact Fresnel. This is less than 1 inch right here. It also comes off, and you can attach salt boxes and other bonus mount attachment with bigger salt boxes. See, the possibilities are endless in terms of attachments, but what's cool about it is not only is 100 watt, when you detach or attach the battery, you can have USB-C going right in, and that's also 100 watt. All I do is travel a tiny little USB 100 watt power brick and just plug that in there. You can raise it up really high because it's so light, I don't have to worry about falling on someone's head, but you gotta check this out in Zhiyun's booth.
Yesterday, we highlighted a new camera and a video switcher from Blackmagic Design. However, the company's premieres are not limited to just these two.
Hi, I'm Stuart from Blackmagic and I'm here at NAB 2025, and I'm going to talk to you about some of the live production tools that we've announced at the show. The A10 Mini Extreme ISO is our new ISO switcher, which has 8 inputs and it has 3 independent outputs for HD switching. It also has all the ISO recording. But alongside that, we've got some complementary products that also fit nicely into that workflow. I think when we've come to consider how live production works, what we're thinking about is how we can consolidate the size of all of this professional high-end broadcast equipment down into a manageable size so an individual can carry this into a location or onto an event and be able to assemble it in a modular manner, so adding bits as and when they need them. So we have a new camera control unit, which is this one which you'll see here. This is Bluetooth connected, which means that we can actually control a single camera channel with this. It will enable us to do things like color shading and color matching. We'll also be able to do things like focus and zoom demands. It also will have tally built in there as well. And again, if we've got one camera, two camera, three cameras, multiple cameras, we can obviously continue to stack these as we want to add more camera CCUs in there. What you'll notice straight away from this is that the build quality is that equivalent to what you see with our larger camera control panel. We're taking all of those parts and we're scaling those down, but we're doing it in a way which makes it more manageable for people that are working within that smaller environment. As we then move over, we also need to take into consideration playback and capture. So what if we want to record the live production that we're doing, or maybe what we actually want to do is we want to feed in footage from an independent playout product. So the HyperDeck range is something that most of you will be familiar with, but at NAB this year we've announced the new HyperDeck Shuttle Extreme. The HyperDeck Shuttle Extreme incorporates a 7-inch screen on the front, which is all touchscreen, and it also includes the jog and shuttle dial, speed dial that you'll be familiar with some of our more higher-end HyperDecks. This gives you the option to be able to record video in via HDMI or SDI. And it also gives you the option to also play out, and you will also have the ability to play out with key and fill as well. So you could actually load in your titles and your graphics. You could use this as a play out product into the ATEM switcher range. Very, very low cost, very usable in terms of the way in which it works, very familiar again in terms of anybody who's used to using Blackmagic products. The benefit with the HyperDeck Shuttle Extreme is that there are two versions. One of those versions comes with an M.2 card, which is built into the base of the unit, which enables you to actually record directly onto the unit using that M.2 card. On the back of the unit as well, what you'll also see is there's an SD card slot, so we can record directly to SD card, and we also have on there as well a USB-C out for external recording onto a USB-C drive. And I'm going to just talk to you about the new DaVinci Resolve 20 release. This is probably the most significant release of DaVinci Resolve in the last 15 years. Over the course of the last 15 years, from version 7 to version 20, we've incorporated a number of different features that include editing and color correction, fusion graphics, and also as well we've incorporated Fairlight audio. Within this one, what we're talking about now is some significant AI tools that we've added in. These are things like AI IntelliCut, which means that from an audio perspective, we can eliminate dead spaces within audio tracks. We can also automatically extend audio tracks to fit those of a clip. So, for instance, all that time that was taken in the past of being able to splice together an audio track to make it the length of a clip, now with our AI tools, you'll be able to do that with the click of a button. Also, we've got multicam tools in there, and we've also got Telescript, which is a fabulous tool, which means that you can actually drop a written script into DaVinci Resolve, and what it will do is piece together for you an edit based around the best versions of the individual clips within that media pool. So let's say I do an interview 5 times, I drop down that script into the timeline, run that in Telescript AI tool, and what it will do is it will look at all of my individual clips within the bin, and it will essentially edit together for me the best of those cuts. It will also provide me with a series of layers above, so that if need be, I can actually go in and I can take a different clip that maybe it's not chosen and actually replace it. All these AI tools are built to ensure that what we do is speed up those processes that are always the problematic ones and the things that give us that time back to be creative. This is all about, for us, ensuring that we speed up the workflow by enhancing creativity with those users. If you want to find out more information about DaVinci Resolve, there is 100 new features that can all be found on our website, along with a free download to DaVinci Resolve as well. And if you have any questions, please feel free to reach out. Information can be found on www.blackmagicdesign.com.